Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the Rush Sports Network. It's Chris here, and I'm here to break down UFC 148, Silva versus Sonnen 2. Alright, let's get started. The first fight I'm going to break down is Chad Mendez versus Cody McKenzie, and I'm going to take Mendez. He's very, very dangerous as far as striking and everything goes, and his only loss was to Jose Aldo. Of course, you remember that when Jose Aldo, kneed him, knocked him out, and jumped in the crowd. He's a very feared striker. He's a decent wrestler, and I just think he's going to take out Cody McKenzie. So I can see this Mendez by TKO in round 1 or 2. All right, the next one is Dong Hyun Kim versus Damian Maia. I would like Dong Hyun Kim to win this one. He's 15-1. He's got a good record. He's a decent wrestler, and I think his striking is better than Damian Maia. Damian Maia is really not a good striker at all. You saw in like the Silva fights and such. So I think Dong Hyun Kim will win, probably by decision. I don't think Dong Hyun Kim will be able to finish Maia. So Dong Hyun Kim over Damian Maia by decision. I'm also going to talk about what Chael Sonnen means to MMA in general, and how he impacts the whole game of MMA. Next fight, Kung Lee versus Patrick Cote. I don't really know Patrick Cote very much, so I'm just going to skip over that one. Forrest Griffin versus Tito Ortiz. Tito, Huntington Beach bad boy, People's Champ. This is his last fight in the UFC, and Forrest is, I think he's going to end the champ. I think he's going to send him off on a low note, to be honest. I think Forrest is just, he's faster, he's younger, he's quicker on the feet, and I don't know if Tito will be able to take him down. I don't even know if Tito wants to take him down. Maybe Tito will get cocky and stand with him. But either way, I like Forrest to win by probably by decision. I think it'll be pretty close, but yeah, Forrest decision. And now the main event of the evening, what we all came to see, what we all dropped $60 on the pay-per-view for, Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva. So, this is a really, really tough one because these guys are kind of polar opposites of each other. Silva kind of wants the fight to stand. He's more comfortable standing. He's been exposed by Chael, of course, the first fight, but he still managed to catch him in a triangle. And whereas Chael, he's already made it public that his game plan is to put Silva on his prissy little ass. So honestly, it's a really tough one, to be quite honest. If Anderson Silva's ribs were actually really hurting him that bad like he says they were, I'm not sure if that's just an excuse or not. But if his ribs really were hurting, I mean, I can't see how you could pick Chael in this one. Especially with how mad Sonnen is. Especially with how mad Silva is. The weigh-ins when he kind of shoulder bumped him, I thought that was interesting. But, yeah, I like Silva. I kind of think Silva's going to clown him a bit, kind of just jab and move and make him look like an idiot like he did with Maia and Tally's Ladies, I think it is. I think it was Maia and Ladies. If Chael can manage to get inside, get in close, and take him down, then, Chael could very well end up dominating this fight. But I think could see Silva. I think Silva's going to pull it off by unanimous decision. It's really tough to call. I'm not a really big Chael Sonnen fan, to be honest, but I'll definitely be rooting for my boy Chael. But I think Silva is just more technical, and he's a dynamite striker and everything. But I want to talk to you about what Chael means for MMA. Chael has kind of revitalized the sport, to be quite honest, because with his trash talking and stuff, whether you love it or hate his trash talking and everything, you're tuning in to see this fight. This is the biggest rematch in the history of the UFC, and maybe in all of MMA. I mean, you look at all the other great rivalries, Matt Hughes versus Frank Trigg, Koscheck versus St. Pierre, Ken Shamrock versus Tito, Tito versus Chuck. They've all been predicated on two guys that don't like each other and trash talk each other. And Sonnen finally got a rise out of Silva. It took him like 2 years of insulting Brazil and Silva's wife and all this other crap running at the mouth. But he finally got Silva to break a bit, to waver from his really humble, modest approach. And Chael is hyping the fight. You can't ask for much more than that. Like, why would you have him stop? He's selling ticks. The gate's supposed to be 7 million. That's what I'm hearing from Dana. And Dana has came out in public and said that. So as long as Chael is still around, still around calling guys out. He's called out Overeem. He's called out John Jones. He's called out Vanderlei, Crow Cop. Both in Nogueira's, Anderson Silva, GSP said he'd put GSP out for a decade, which so Chael means a lot to the sport. He's kind of like our new Tito, or our new, he's playing the villain. It's finally they have kind of like a Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is always the villain, the disrespectful guy, the cocky guy, whereas UFC's never really had that, and they've never kind of had a cash king like Floyd. So if Chael can beat Anderson, and he can pull off this monumental upset in their rematch, I think he can, be the cash king like Floyd is, and like maybe GSP is, and like maybe Lesnar was. He's retired now. So I think, in my opinion, I like what Chael's doing. I think the UFC needs more guys like Chael Sonnen, to be honest. I mean, wouldn't everything be more exciting if John Jones was running his mouth when he was taking on, his next guy, or if Jose Aldo was running his mouth? So many people don't understand this. This is a combat sport. The object of the sport is to knock out or finish your opponent. There's nothing really complacent or humble about it. You're trying to beat the crap out of the guy. So why bother riding around bowing, yes sir, no sir, this is a good fight, he's a tough opponent. Like, it's just bullcrap, man. Sell the pay-per-view. And Chael's doing a great job of selling that pay-per-view, which is why I like Chael. He's doing whatever he can do. If you can, in my opinion, what Chael's doing is really, really smart, because 3 years ago, no one really knew that much about Chael. He wasn't a household name like he is now, at least in the States and in Brazil. So if you can bring yourself to be that popular, and your only legitimate wins are over Nate Marquardt and Michael Bisping, you're doing something right. I mean, he's catapulted in popularity by calling out Silva and by being the antagonist, by being the bad guy. If he didn't do this, would he even be getting a title shot? Would he have got a title shot in the first place? I don't know. I mean, would everybody be anticipated for this rematch? Really, really anticipated, and this would be one of the biggest fights in UFC history? I don't think so. So what Chael's doing is great for the sport. It's great for the fans. It's great for Dana and the Fertitas. They're going to pocket a lot off of this. That's all I have to say. Rate, comment, subscribe. Do what you got to do. Peace.